Evening.
Meeting date Monday, August 4th, 2025, 6 p.m. Commission Chambers, 500 Southwest 49 Avenue. Roll call, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ray, you want to do the invocation? Okay. And if you can note the Commissioner Isidro Ruiz is in the building. Please stand for the invocation. Invocation. In Jesus' name, I pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for granting us the gift of life, the gift of family and friendship, the gift of service, specifically for my colleagues up on the dais and our colleague, the mayor. Thank you for bestowing this great power and privilege to be your servants, to serve in your name, Jesus. Please grant us the wisdom to make the important decisions for the betterment of our residents. Please continue to bless the greatest military force in the world, the United States military, our police officers, our firefighters, and our first responders. And please place your heavenly hand of healing on this nation, this state, and this city, and continue to bless us. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Welcome, folks. Item 4, special presentations. Anybody? We have Mr. Alejandro Martinez. Please come to the podium. Mr. Martinez, if you could please state your full name and address for the record.
Alejandro Martinez, 11588 Southwest 7th Street.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez. And please note, you have 3 minutes. Go ahead, sir.
I'd first like to address you, Marcos Villanueva. Last month when I spoke and I was walking away, you said thank you for giving your opinion. When I come up here, I was born and raised in this country. When I come up here, I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm giving you my input. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a God-fearing American, and you know there's more to my words than just an opinion. You know, there's experience. There's things that I see every day in this community. So I'd like to start off by talking about your guys' salaries and the benefits that you guys receive here in the city of Sweetwater. Mayor, you receive, I believe, $195,000 a year on top of retirement. Is that correct, or no? You know words.
Mr. Attorney, could you inform the gentleman that we do not have to enter in any dialogue, that he is here to make a statement, sir?
Under
Please.
the city code, all comments are to be directed to the chair, who is the
Hi.
Commission President, Marcos Villanueva. The Commission President may choose to interact with you or may choose not to interact with you, but questions posed to anyone else are actually inappropriate under our city code.
Okay. Do my 3 minutes get set back due to this?
You can talk to me. I'll give you some time. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, the mayor makes $195,000 a year on top of a retirement that he gets. Each and every single one of you, you know, taking into account your salary and your benefits and your monthly car stipend, which I think a year is $7,200. You guys walk away with $50,400. $50,400. Compared that, you know, we could break it down. Sweetwater, per resident, each resident pays $21 a year. Doral pays $7.06 per resident, 197% more than Sweetwater. Miami Beach, $9.53, 120% more than Sweetwater. Cutler Bay, $8.80 per resident, 139% more than Sweetwater. South Miami, $14.88, 41% more than Sweetwater. And all those cities have full-time, professionally trained city managers working 40 hours a week. I'm curious as to how many hours a month you guys spend here in Sweetwater to justify that pay and those benefits that you get. $7,200 a year for your cars and your payments, while kids can't go play basketball at the park because God knows what reason. I pray that God figures that out. So, yeah, I mean, the numbers are scary. I would love to see like a punch card that you guys put in, because Ian couldn't even make it on time to a once-a-month commissioner meeting. He just walked in at, let's see what time he walked in exactly. 6:05. He can't make it once a month because last month he was late too. And he gets $7,000 and $200 to pay for his car that got him here.
You done?
Are you guys against corrupt governments?
100%.
Yeah.
So I've now given you, I've surpassed the 3 minutes, and I've given you time to speak. Thank you for your statements. Thank you for your wealth of knowledge and experience in government, and thank you for your opinion. You may have a seat. Five, Presentation of Employee of the Month Award. Mr. Mayor? Defer to next month. Are we deferring Officer of the Month for next month? We're holding.
Spoke too fast.
I apologize.
I do have one gentleman that supposedly my chief brought in. Am I correct? Building official.
Good evening. Martin Garcia, Chief Code Compliance for the City of Sweetwater. On Monday, June 9th, 2025, the Office of Code Compliance received information from the Florida Department of Business and Professional Regulations regarding construction being performed by two unlicensed contractors at the property located at 10634 Southwest 5th Street. The reported information resulted in the case being opened and assigned to Code Officer Nicholas Mendelsberg. Okay. Through the course of Nicholas Mendelsberg investigation, he observed that the garage opening was being closed seal with CBS block. In addition to no building permit for that work was being done. Nicholas Mendelsberg immediately issued a stop work order red tag and issue a notice of violation for work being done without a permit. On Thursday, June 12th, the owner of the property located at 10634 Southwest 5th Street contacted Code Officer Nicholas Mendelsberg during the meeting. The owner of the property presented several emails attempting to contact the contractor, but to no avail. Replied to the email numerous telephone numbers and the owner presented the Code Officer Nicholas Mendelsberg with a police report. The owner of the property, a 67-year-old retired resident of the city of Sweetwater, had entered into a contract with the South Florida Home Builders Association Corporation for renovation and installation of a new septic tank system and remodeling of his house. During the agreement of the contract, the contractor collected a total of $113,000 from the property owner. Okay. Nicholas Mendelsberg immediately identified the problem and realized the money had been taking place and no work was being performed by the contract. Based on the information gathered by Code Officer Nicholas Mendelsberg, the cold case was transferred to the Sweetwater Police Department for further investigation. As a result of Nicholas Mendelsberg's thoroughness and detailed review of gathering information, and several charges were levied against both unlicensed contractors. Subsequently, these unlicensed contractors were charged by the City of Sweetwater Police Department, Miami-Dade County Sheriff's Department, and the City of Hialeah for grand theft and defrauding an elderly.
I want to tell you that we're very proud that even though it's a very tedious and hard job doing code enforcement, because you have to go out and enforce the rules that are set by you all and, of course, the state of Florida, Miami-Dade County. But it's very difficult to sit there and in today's world that people are trying to do something and having these predator contractors coming in and promising the world and then not delivering everything. The first way they start is to try to bandangle the people that are trying to get a job done, especially the elderly, and telling them that they're going to get permits and they're going to do everything, and they don't. They just say they do, and they charge them for it. There's all kinds of scandals going on at this time. So it gives me great pleasure to know that we have employees that have taken it not just to the point of finding somebody or doing something, it's just going further and making sure there's a solution. And in this case, Nick has done an incredible job in doing that. And therefore, and I'm sorry I didn't recognize real fast, but I was paying attention to something else. So, but I am very glad that we made him Employee of the Month. So. But we'll deal with that later.
I'll take it from you and we'll give it right back to you.
Sure, you
Here you go.
Ready? Let's try this for real this time.
I get behind you here.
Okay, hold on. I want to make sure I look good.
appreciate it. You always look good.
No, try. All right, not working. All right, ready?
Yep.
Gentlemen, tight.
Mr. Mayor, can we get Scott in the picture?
Where's Scott?
I see him over there. It's
Where's
fan
the
too.
proud father? Come on in. All right.
Congratulations again on being the Employee of the Month. I'm sure our finance director is a proud papa. Item 6, presentation of Officer of the Month award.
Good evening, Adrian Mesa, Major of Police, Operations Division, Sweetwater Police Department. Officer of the Month, June 2025. On June 8th, at approximately 9:30 p.m., Officer Anacelia Gonzalez was conducting traffic enforcement near 107th Avenue and West Flagler Street. While doing so, she was flagged down by a juvenile male who reported being the victim of an attempted armed robbery. The victim stated that while waiting to cross the street at 107 and Southwest 4th Street, he was approached by a male subject who struck him with a metal pipe and tried to steal his cell phone. The victim resisted and the subject fled the area. Acting swiftly, Officer Gonzalez broadcasted a detailed and accurate be on the lookout for the suspect. Moments later, while still speaking with the victim, Officer Gonzalez observed an individual matching the subject's description approaching her while openly carrying a metal pipe. Demonstrating remarkable composure and tactical discipline, she drew her firearm and issued loud, clear commands to the subject. After repeated verbal instructions, the subject complied and dropped the weapon. Officer Gonzalez then requested backup, and upon the arrival of additional units, the subject was taken into custody. Officer Gonzalez's ability to maintain composure and control under intense pressure exemplifies the highest standards of the Sweetwater Police Department. Her swift and decisive actions ensured the safety of the victim and nearby bystanders, effectively preventing a potentially violent situation from escalating. She displayed sound judgment and utilized appropriate de-escalation techniques while maintaining the utmost professionalism. For these reasons, we recognize Officer Anacelia Gonzalez as Officer of the Month, June 2025.
It's gonna be a big picture.
Come on, guys.
Come back to the back. Family, the family.
You all guys get the back.
Yeah, we'll take one now and then we'll have the family.
Este presidente. Ven para acá. Está colado.
Everybody face forward. Hold on, family.
Familia.
I think we might have to step to the back and let them in the
Yeah.
front.
Yeah.
Let them
Move a little bit so
go
family
back
can
a
get
little
in.
bit for them.
Buenas. Mucho gusto.
Vámonos aquí adelante.
Venga para acá, caballero. Placer. Okay. How are you?
Everybody's
Beautiful one.
Babe.
Yes, sir. Bring it up.
good.
Skinnier and better looking. Congratulations. Another one. Un placer. Tiene un tigre ahí. Oye, Fed me dijo que vaya. Excelente.
All right, that was definitely well deserved. Stopping an armed robbery subject, and she's a rookie police officer. Chief, what has she got? About 6 months on the road?
Yes, sir.
Kick-ass job. Good job, kid. All right. Item 7, reports of officers, boards, and committees. None. Item 8, additions and deletions to the agenda. I see staff item 11E, or E, is that correct?
Correct.
Anything else?
A consent agenda, item 10A.
I also see an item C.
A correction.
It's a correction.
So
Okay.
the consent agenda is merely a correction to the previous agenda.
What is it, a Scrivener's error?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Petitions, communications, and remonstrances,
You already went through it.
just in case. Okay. Item 10, consent agenda. Do we have a motion?
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Yanos, seconded by Commissioner Reynaldo Rey. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Consent agenda passes. Item 11, staff items. Staff item A. An ordinance of the City of Sweetwater, Florida, amending Chapter 50, Article 4 of the City Code of Ordinances by striking certain language in conflict with Florida statutes and providing for anticipatory review and recommendations by the Police Pension Board trustees prior to second reading of any legislative amendments thereto, providing for severability, providing for codification, providing for effective date, second reading, and public hearing. This is Commissioner Marti's item. Mr. Mayor, would you like to add anything to this item?
No, I think it's an excellent item, and I'm glad we have it up here.
So, do we have a motion to approve?
You need a public hearing.
Public
let me-
hearing.
Let me bang the
Open it
thing.
up.
This is a public hearing. Anybody wishing to speak? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Seeing no one. Public meeting closed. Commissioner Vallecillo's motion.
I'll second it.
Commissioner Reynaldo Reyes second. This is roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Yanio?
Yes.
Commissioner Reese?
Yes.
Commissioner Diaz?
Yes.
Commissioner Rain?
Yes.
Commissioner Vallecillo?
Yes.
President Villanueva?
Yes.
And passes.
Item passes unanimously. Item B, an ordinance of the City of Sweetwater, Florida, altering the method of appointing members of the city's Neighborhood Improvement Advisory Board and providing for residency requirements for said members by amending Chapter 2, Article 10, 2-439.1 and 2-439.2 of the City Code of Ordinances, providing for severability, providing for codification, providing for an effective date, second reading, and public hearing. Commissioner Vallecillo, public hearing is now open. Anyone wishing to speak on this item, please come forward. Seeing no one come forward, public hearing is now closed. Commissioner Vallecillo, you have the floor.
Well, this is what we discussed a while ago, a couple months ago, just to reduce the neighborhood improvements advisory board from 7 members just down to 5. We discussed that would be here in a commission meeting. We discussed
We'll
that
move this
it
item.
would be just 5 members, and then that it would be the mayor that appoints the members, and we ratify. And also, it makes it a requirement that all the members be city residents.
Move.
If I could,
Motion by Commissioner Reynaldo Rey, point of order, Mr. Attorney, go ahead.
yes, I would like to suggest to Commissioner Vallecillo, an amendment that will clarify the language a little bit more, where it states required for the commissioners prior to consideration by the city commission. I would suggest that it be substituted with the following language, as required for elected officials to qualify for election prior to consideration by the city commission. That makes it clear as to what the requirement is. It's the requirement to provide documentary proof of residency. It's the same standards that elected officials have to provide them as a requirement for qualifying for office, which is not in here exactly. It was implied, but I think that this language is a little bit clearer.
Sure, yeah, you can go ahead and add that. Go ahead and add that.
Okay,
Ralph.
so.
Motion to amend,
Motion.
is that accurate?
Move.
Yes, motion to
So
amend.
I
you need a
move to
second.
amend it, okay.
Commissioner Vallecillo, motion to amend. Do we have a second?
Yes, I second.
Commissioner Idania,
Second.
Yanyo, second. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Reese?
Yes.
Commissioner Diaz?
Yes.
Commissioner Rain?
Yes.
Commissioner Vallecillo?
Yes.
Commissioner Yanio?
Yes.
President Villanueva?
Yes to amend.
To amend.
Now do we need to vote on the
Yes.
actual item?
As amended, yes, sir.
As amended.
Okay,
I move as amended.
Commissioner Reynaldo Rey, motion to
Second.
amend as amended. Commissioner Yanyo, second. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Diaz?
Yes.
Commissioner Rain?
Yes, as amended.
Commissioner Vallecillo?
Yes, as amended.
Commissioner Yanio?
Yes, as amended.
Commissioner Reese?
Yes, as amended.
President Villanueva?
Yes, as amended.
Passes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Mr. Attorney. Item C, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater accepting and approving grants of easement for the installation of a bus shelter or bus bench and the terms contained therein, providing for authority and providing for an effective date. Mayor Diaz.
Thank you, Mr. President. And this is an item that the attorney has been working with me to get, but we still, with the engineering, we have to come up with some specification of property. But that we need to move on this item. This is for the bus bench that we have promised the elderly in Sweetwater Tower, because they have nothing to cover them there from the sun and the elements and so on, weather elements. So the issue is, I'm also working with Alejandro and making sure that the walkway, where the bench is on the south side, will be a little further up, and then we already asked, Alejandro went and met with the owner of the property, where we could try to get a piece of their property. He's already committed to it, so we could put a nice bus bench on the other side with shade and everything, but because of the size of the sidewalk, we have ADA compliance. So we need to get a piece of his property. He's already willing to do so. We just need this resolution to go forward, and then we just fill out. I will not sign it until we have the specific side of property, which we should get pretty fast, but I don't want to keep delaying it until a month from now. I want to move on this, and I already spoke to Dade County. Dade County's been out there, the transit department, they're moving on it. As you can see, we have the three-way stop
Yes.
that has been
Very
put in,
helpful. Yes,
that we
sir.
promised them, and we committed to it, and we're doing it. Now we're gonna fix the bus situation that they had. So, and I got more to tell you later. But this is
Move.
why I need to move on this item.
Through Chair.
I
And then we'll
move.
fill it in.
Second it.
Commissioner Saldias is the floor.
Mayor, is this going to be only for that street, Fifth Street, or are you going to do it on 107 too?
No, this is only for that particular area, because that's why we need the exact information, so it could be part of the ordinance, is it? Is it an ordinance?
Resolution.
Resolution, I'm sorry. The resolution, and making sure that we get it exact to the property. So if we need to do something somewhere else,
Yeah.
we are already, I'll put that in my report to talk about it later.
Yeah, 107.
But there's something going on with all the bus benches that I need to do, but we have promised
Okay.
the elderly,
I got you.
and I want to keep that
Yes.
promise to them.
Thank you.
And
Gotcha.
moving it as fast as we possibly can.
Thank you, understand. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay.
Thank,
And
move
so you would
with
be
pleasure.
passing it with the understanding that the mayor would have the authority to fill in the blanks for the actual legal description for the property at Sweetwater Towers, is that correct?
That's correct.
Yes.
Commissioner Yanni with a motion, seconded by Isidro and Commissioner Reynaldo Rey. Roll call. This is a reso?
Yes, sir.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Excellent.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you very much on
Thank you
behalf
for
of
not
the
kicking
audience.
that can down the road anymore.
Now you have staff item 11E, which is the K-9 resolution.
All right, staff item 11E, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater retiring certain K-9 officer, declaring said K-9 officer surplus city property and to have no marketable value, providing, I disagree with that, providing for authority and providing for an effective date. Mayor Diaz.
And your last comment was very well taken, but unfortunately, to the resolution, that's the way we have to put it. So based on this particular officer, K-9 officer, the officer has now gotten to the point that he was retired, I think a week ago. If you want to step up here, Deputy Chief. And the officer that, there was two K-9s retired. The one officer has accepted his K-9 officer to live with him. The other has not. So therefore, that puts us in a position that the deputy chief has been trying to figure a way to deal with it. So, Chief, you want to add from that point on?
Mr. Mayor, Commission, Noel Gill, Deputy Chief of Police for the City of Sweetwater Police Department, 500 Southwest 109th Avenue. Yes, last week we retired two of our brave canines after many years of service, in excess both of 10 years, Canine Boss and Canine Fox. Canine Fox is actually going through a bit of an arthritis issue. That while we were maintaining him, we were actually paying for the shots and everything. So, but at this point, it's become a burden to the canine handler for other personal reasons that he has. So therefore, we went ahead and we found a reputable rescue that is willing to take the dog, and therefore allowing him to live the rest of its natural life in a pleasant location that actually deals with those particular kinds of canines, Belgian Malinois in this case, and they also have other retired police canines that have been given to the rescue.
This is a little difficult after we've all known K-9 that we're talking about, but this will be probably the best solution because these people in these particular rescues really take care of the dogs and they give them a restful way of life until he's 13.
He is currently 13 years old, yes.
13 years old. So this is why we have this before you, and this is the best solution that we were able to deal with.
I have a question. So I have a big problem with this because I know that dog. I work with that dog, and I know the handler. I haven't spoken to the handler. You're saying that the handler for that dog, who's with him for 11 years, refuses to keep him?
Sir, he's having personal issues, and obviously
I know his issues are.
the dog with the current his current state, it becomes rather cumbersome.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, I got a big problem with this. That particular officer is out right now. I'm not going to mention his name, but he worked with that dog, that cop, for 11 years. And does he know that it's going to this rescue?
Yes.
He knows that it's going
he's
to a
chosen,
rescue.
Yes.
He chose it.
Well, we chose the rescue because we wanted to make sure that it was a reputable rescue.
I understand. I'm respectfully requesting that we table this item because I'd like to personally speak to that officer, Mr. Mayor. If not, I'm going to vote no on this. If that officer's fine with it, then okay. But I'd respectfully request that we just table this item. I have no problem voting on it after, but this is big. He was with that dog for 11 years.
In
Just what I have to say.
notice,
I know you have a problem. I know you have a problem with it too.
Huh? I'm sorry?
I know you have a problem with it too. I know this hits home.
This is not an easy thing, but I also tell you that man standing right there has tried everything, and where the rest of the department could probably testify that is exactly what they tried to do. But due to the circumstances, and I know that you were probably, because you were out and we didn't have a chance to brief, but in this particular case, it is the most humane situation because if not, the dog has to be put into a type of a kennel, and in its condition, it might not be the best thing for the dog. I'm the first one to try to find a different solution. As you know, I mean, I come from all the way from building the animal center in Dade County, so some people call it a Taj Mahal because it's so nice for animals, but I understand the need. Now, what we want to do is the best thing we could do for an officer. And by the way, when I say canine officers, I mean because we look at that canine as an officer. So it served our city for 10 years?
11.
Yes, sir.
11. So this is the reason why we want to try to do this. I don't want to delay it for that fact, but I could give you my word. If that man up there tells me that they have looked at everything and they talked, I don't want to bring something like this out and put some people in a bad position, but it wasn't done in any way, shape. The person has already agreed to it, everything due to his personal issues that I would not want to get into it up here. So I tell you that this is the best solution that we could find. I don't know what could come up between now and then, but putting it in a kennel, I don't think is going to be the best solution for the animal also.
I hear you. All right.
Through Chair.
Commissioner Zaldias.
You said that the officer, it's agreed 100%?
Yes.
Okay. How many dogs do we have in total?
Currently, we have 7 dogs with Fox.
7 dogs in total?
Yes, 7 dogs in total.
How many, and those 7 dogs, how many you guys retire already?
2.
2? These 2?
Yeah, these 2, Boz and Fox.
Okay. All right.
Do we have a motion for this item?
Move.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Yanez, second by Commissioner Saul Diaz. All in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Nay. Item passes. All right, do we have anything else? I think that's it, right, Carmen? No, I'm aware of that. Do we have any other?
No.
Good. Item D, nomination, consideration, appointment of members to the Youth Advisory Board. We're gonna kick that can down the road.
Well, you can actually
if
kick
I-
it down the
if I
road
can-
because the
I was
ordinance.
gonna say
will-
something if you don't mind, Ralph.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mr. Mayor, I'm gonna create legislation. Do we need the Youth Advisory Board for any grant funding other than ceremonial?
That we're aware of, at this moment, my grant director says that she's not aware of any.
Okay, Mr. Attorney, can you please draft up language to eliminate the Youth Advisory Board?
I'm making a note of it right now.
And if the mayor so chooses, he can go ahead and appoint his own committee if we need it for grant funding. At this point, I've been here for 8 years. The Youth Advisory Board has never even met once.
Well, Mr. President, the issue is, depending on the grants that we go after, and I think some people up here have experience, sometimes we need to have X amount of type of boards that might reflect in particular grants that are going. I know it sounds kind of strange, but it's the way the federal grants are and the state grants are too. Some of the stuff that the county has produced, I don't see it. It's mostly just awarding monies of need. But the other grants tend to have a lot of, just like the county has certain things. County is, in order to receive the money, you gotta hire certain people, you gotta have, you know, certain type of situations added to it. Same thing with the federal government. They require a lot of things, and so does the state. So if I see something, I think we're good for now, but we're applying for a lot more. And if I see something that needs to be done, we'll put something together, okay? And
Right.
some of the people that might be in this group, I have no problem to make sure, but I do not want, I think what the board has been very clear, especially you, Mr. President, that you guys do not want boards to have boards, okay? So any board that we put together, it'll be working, and I think everybody's been pretty clear up here in stating it. But I do want to make sure that it's something sound for the city as we're going through everything.
All right, well, hopefully you can utilize them somehow. I've been here for 8 years and I've never seen them meet once.
Through the chair, through the chair.
Commissioner Ian Vicefield.
Yeah. So look, yeah, we really don't need a youth advisory board. I've done a lot of different grants for different cities. There really is, I don't think there isn't really a grant that requires a youth advisory board from, that I've come across. The neighborhood improvements board, yeah, that's required, some kind of street and park beautification thing, that's required in a lot of grants. But youth, not really. The purpose of that was just to get youth involved, develop a partnership with FIU and stuff like that. But if you guys don't have an appetite for that, then we don't really need that. So, but just a little slight correction. They did meet, I believe, 2 times, but there really isn't much that they can do since it's just advisory. And then the last thing, yeah, it would be a good idea to do something with FIU, but we don't need a board to do that. So, yeah, I'm fine with getting rid of it. I just didn't want to be the one that does the legislation because one of my very good friends is the one that put that in place. So out of courtesy, I don't want to do it.
Mr. Mayor.
But if you do it, yeah, it's fine.
I don't, does he need, Mr. Attorney, to have a resolution evaluator, or they could do it by simple vote?
I'm sorry, to dissolve the Youth Advisory Board? No, you need to do that by ordinance.
By ordinance, well, because these were ordinance,
Yes,
done by
sir.
ordinance,
Yes, sir.
okay, all right.
I got to.
So, and also, I'm sorry, I appreciate that additive language that you came up with, because that language puts people that are residents, have been in Sweetwater for X amount of time, and at least that curtails people from moving in and just getting on a board and dealing with the.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I have sorry, through the chair, I have a
Go
question
ahead,
for the attorney.
Commissioner Vicefield.
Is there a way? I'm also, we can dissolve it, but also I'm just curious because I've seen it done with past boards before that they're there, but they don't come up on the agenda. Like they're put in like a deactivated status, so we don't have to talk about it every single meeting. I don't know. Is that something that?
What I would recommend is to redraft the ordinance to make it fall along the same lines as the Neighborhood Advisory Board, giving the mayor the opportunity to nominate 5 people to it, and reconstitute the board on an as-needed basis if it were ever needed in the future, but not to keep it as an ongoing entity of the city, since they're really, I'm familiar with the board as well. They really haven't done anything in the last 6 or 7 years, however long they've been incorporated. But the ordinance can Dissolve the board as a current standing entity. Give the mayor the authority to appoint members to it with the advice and consent of the city commission on an ad hoc and as-needed basis.
Actually, with all due respect, I think that we could eliminate, if I only need one board for the grants, then let's go with that. And I'll appoint them, and they do have to get a disclosure, they have to go through all the process
Exactly.
that any board, official board of the city will have to do. And with that language you added in, I have no problem, but if you could eliminate everything and go to what the necessity is, I think that'll be helpful for us. Now, in the future, if we need to create something for some development as we move forward and looking at some of the developments and things taking place in the city, I'll bring that before the board when it comes to that time, or talk individually with each one of you ahead of time. But I think at this point, this is, if it's not needed, let's just go ahead, because I understand what Commissioner Villacio is trying to do, is just basically not bring it up anymore. Am I correct?
Yeah, well, it's just consider the options. I mean, I don't mind getting rid of it. I don't mind doing the other thing. It doesn't matter. I just want to look at different options, at all the options. Put everything on the table.
That's between you guys.
All right, that sounds like a great idea. I wish I would have come up with it. Mayor's report.
We have, I just told you about the three-way stop signs, something that I think took a very long time to get done. I don't understand, but we got it done pretty fast after the last meeting. Yeah, so, and I thank Miami-Dade County and Miami-Dade County's transit for coming up and really stepping up and making that happen. The other thing that we're doing, I told you, is the bus benches, and we'll get that done expedited. The other issue we have is that the elderly have a sidewalk. They come out of that building, and then they have pondage of water taking place there. It floods in that particular sidewalk, so they cut across in the middle of the street to walk around it. And we are taking care of that, and I know my two guys are sitting over there. I think that we're pretty much ready to go, and we'll be presenting that probably by the next meeting. Hopefully it will be done by the next meeting, so they will no longer have to go through the middle of the street or cross to the other side to get over, you know, or go to the elderly center. Okay? Yes. We're bringing, as I promised each one of you individually, we are moving certain things around to make it even more efficient, and making sure that we could provide faster and more efficient services to each department, and make sure they become efficient in every way possible and moving forward. And one of those is cost bearing. You will go through the budget, and we'll work through the budget. Everything is pretty much set. But again, I'll meet with each one of you when we get together and go over your needs and so on as to moving forward. I believe that, and I know I'm going to be asked about parks. Parks is overfilled, to say, which is a great thing. It's you go by Carlo Park, which I know at least two of us, maybe three of us, go by every day. It's standing room only. It's really incredible, the amount of people that are participating. I will talk to each one of you and figure out, because we tend to see that most of the people that are using the park, especially the pickleball, are not from the city. They're from outside the city, and they're playing with a lot of people, playing like tournaments and stuff among themselves. So we are curtailing. I spoke to the parks director. We are working. We have analyzed it. We have tried to deal with it. It's all good, but at the same time it becomes a little hectic when there's that many people on the courts. So we are setting new rules, and we'll be using the app and probably coming up with some courts that will be for free, and some courts that will be paid. And that way, whoever wants to play, there's always just one loses. You put your racket, it's the racket system, and you're next in line. And that happens in many other parks. You want to have a court to play for an hour, you will pay for that court on the other courts. So we've come out with this, and this actually helps the maintenance and having somebody there to make sure everything runs efficient. And that's what the process moving forward. But I'll let you know the details once I work it out with the park director, Mario, with IT, and so on, so we could get the exact amount that we're doing a look as to what's being charged other places to make sure that we're fair and we're trying to do the best thing we can. There's many other things that are going on, but in the interest of time, right now I should have written everything, but I didn't. So unless you guys have something to ask, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, I'm looking at you because I'm not going to make sure that I don't go wrong on this. But tomorrow, hopefully, the scoreboard will have power. Okay. All right. So the scoreboard should have power tomorrow. We've gone through a lot to get all this done. We had to reroute power. We had to get new generators. We had to do everything. But I think this hard work is going to pay off tremendously for all of us, our family, our children that go to the parks, the present, which is the children, and especially the future of Sweetwater, which is those same children going through the park. Some of us grew up in the Sweetwater Park, and it's important for them to have the same ability to play year-round sports and so on. So this is what we're working hard to do. Yeah, there's certain people that want to play some softball there, but we'll get to that later.
I got a flat tire.
But all these things that we're doing, I think is good, and I think that's about it for now. If you have any questions, that's
Through the chair, Mayor,
Commissioner Saldias.
the Ronzelli Park, you have an idea when are we going to open that up?
This is why I was trying to say that we want to make sure that everything lights up, everything's done, because the first thing I want to do is safety. I thought we would have it before this meeting, but I am not going to jeopardize anything that could go wrong until we're open. For instance,
We're close. We're close.
huh?
We're close. We're close.
We're this close. We're this close. We had a little incident with one of the workers on one of the courts that delayed us about 3 weeks. And if not, we probably would have it. But I want the safety to come first and everything done properly. So when we do throw the switch and open it, we're really proud of it. But we want to make sure everything's by the book. And safety first.
Okay.
But we're very close. I don't want to tell you a date because then you're going to look at me and tell me, why isn't it open? You know.
That's fine. I just wanted to.
But hopefully we'll get it open.
Thank you.
Any other commissioners? Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm gonna switch things up, respectfully, seeking the approval of the consensus of the commission. Instead of reports in item B, I'd like to hear the city attorney's report. Does anybody have any objections to that? Good, excellent. So I'm gonna switch item B to item D, and vice versa. Mr. City Attorney, report?
Yes, sir. The principal issue that's happened this month, which actually caught me a bit by surprise because so much time has passed, I didn't think there was actually going to amount to anything, is that former Mayor Orlando Lopez has sent each of you a letter advising of his intent to file suit. The lawsuit concerns the payout for his pension benefits. The lawsuit, I don't know how it's going to be phrased, but the lawsuit really will likely be a question of legal interpretation as to what the code means, what the words of the code actually mean. However, although I have not spoken to Mayor Lopez in at least a year, maybe probably longer actually, since I was his chief of staff, I believe it would be a wise idea for me to recuse myself in this matter. And to the import of that is that as most of these matters get handled by outside counsel anyway, insurance defense counsel or otherwise, there is an ordinance which requires that I supervise all outside counsel, and I think in this point in this case specifically, it would probably be a wise idea to relieve me of that responsibility, and to place the responsibility on the mayor to supervise the outside counsel in this case. I do so not because I think there is any actual conflict, because as I said, I have not spoken to them in well over a year, but simply to avoid the appearance of an impropriety.
Thank you, Mr. Attorney. I believe, I wholeheartedly agree with you. I do believe it may be a conflict, and in the words of our former city attorney, in an abundance of caution.
An abundance of caution.
So first, I'd like to request openly that you present me with language to go ahead and strike the powers of the city attorney to hire and supervise outside counsel.
I don't really have the power to hire. I can hire through my practice, and then but the payments would be through me, paid to the other entity. But as to supervising outside counsel, that is contained in the city code.
Good. I'd like language to go ahead and strike that, please.
So do you just simply want it withdrawn, the ordinance withdrawn, or do you want to designate someone who will replace me in that capacity?
No. Whenever a decision has to be made as far as outside counsel, people have to report to my opinion is they have to report to the commission before, and if they're to be supervised by anybody, it's to be supervised by the CEO and mayor of the city of Sweetwater.
Okay.
That's my opinion. Mr. Mayor, do you have a difference of opinion?
No, sir, I do not.
Any commissioners have a difference of opinion on that? No. Anybody want to dialogue on that? So, and I know it's a reverse piece of legislation, and normally nobody hears legislation prior to it being drawn up, but we are in the sunshine. I appreciate your candor, and I appreciate you basically recusing yourself from that. I just want to make sure, because the way that I read the letter, it's not even a demand letter, it's an intent letter.
It's an intent letter. It's a 768 letter.
It's something coming down the pike, and it's Orlando Lopez special. It's going to be Machiavelli infused and whatever. So if you could draw that language up, please. That way we can discuss it.
I'll draw that language up. I do want you to understand that my supervision of outside counsel includes, at this stage, and I'm happy to give up that responsibility because it is actually extra work for me. But it includes almost certainly weekly supervision of insurance defense counsel and their actions in coordinating their events through the city. So we can discuss this offline tomorrow if you like.
Yeah, the issue that I have, and I don't have a problem with you being involved. My issue is, and maybe I read it wrong or I interpreted it wrong, but it basically means you have autonomy to do whatever and without reporting to the commission. Is that accurate?
Let me pull the ordinance.
So if I'm wrong, and by ordinance you have to report to the commission, then we're heading in the right direction. But I definitely have an issue if we're eliminating the commission, the mayor's office, from that decision.
Just give me a moment to review this.
Now, in your defense, not that you need one, I know you were on vacation when we received that intent letter.
Mm. There, duty to supervise special counsel. Okay. So special counsel is defined as any attorney or group of attorneys or other than city attorney hired or retained on behalf of the city for purposes of rendering legal advice, including but not limited to forfeiture counsel, insurance defense counsel, bond counsel, and so forth. In addition, the duty is specifically imposed under this section. The city attorney shall supervise and direct all special counsel. It doesn't say that I appoint them. It just says that I supervise and direct them.
I understand, but I do have an issue with supervise and direct.
And all special counsel shall be retained under the direction and supervision of, and shall answer and cooperate with, the city attorney. This section does not apply to any attorney hired or retained by the city to serve in code enforcement or quasi-judicial capacity. I am more than happy to give up this authority. This is not something that I asked for, and it was simply imposed on me at some point. But I'm more than happy to to repeal the entire ordinance, if that's what your wishes are.
All right, so let's discuss further. Mr. Mayor, I think you and I need to conference on this. I most certainly, if I can just finish, I most certainly think we need to hire counsel on this case immediately. I've had conversations with you. I know that you're being proactive in that. I look forward to seeing something immediate where we can go ahead and, if need be, even though this is a letter of intent, I think it still needs to be answered. Any kind of demand letter or letter of intent, I don't think it should ever go unanswered. So I definitely want to have outside counsel. I know there's different vehicles that we can use. What are your thoughts on this, sir?
Thank you, Mr. President. And first of all, thank you, Mr. Ventura, for stepping up and avoiding a possibility.
Yes, sir.
Okay? And that's appreciated.
And thank you for understanding my position.
Yes. So at this time, I think it's very important that we move at least to when there's an intent or when there's whatever, there's a possibility of something taking place. Therefore, I agree with you. I have asked Mr. Mestre and his law firm to come forth, and I think there's two of them there, that they be put in as special counsel on this matter. And I have talked to them because I did not want to disturb our current attorney because he was on vacation, like you said before. But I asked because I wanted to understand what was the way this was presented. And I asked them, since they already represented us twice, you gave me the authority to hire them prior for the issue with the building situation and what's going to be coming our way. So at that point, I had a brief conversation, and I asked them to please, if it was if it's possible for them to step up and deal with this directly. And they said absolutely. And another thing is that we have an insurance company that represents us. Now, at that point, I could contact the insurance company and make sure that we tell them that we would like them, since they already know Sweetwater, they already been involved with Sweetwater, if they could be the lead in this, or work with the insurance company's attorney too. But I definitely would like them involved, and I would like to be briefed. And I think it's important that, as you said, we get information, because this commission has to make decisions. And I will always, like I've done since day one, inform you. But it's a lot better coming that they contact me and I contact each and every one of you individually and bring you up to date as to when it's coming, what's coming up or what's going to be done. So I don't know if that answered your question, but I think it's the best thing to do at this time is bringing them on and moving forward and dealing with this.
So, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Attorney.
Sir.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but we need to go ahead and have some sort of legislation approving said council, correct?
You can you can do it by motion. You don't necessarily need
without legislation.
Without a resolution, you can do it by motion.
Okay. Can I have the name of your law firm, please?
Well, just have them come and give a brief.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. Cesar Mestre. And the law firm is Gastesi, Lopez, Mestre, and Cobiella. With me today is Mr.
Please,
Cobiella.
I'm sorry.
Gastesi, Lopez, Mestre, and Cobiella.
Thank you. Good. So, I motion to have, before I say this, what are you guys charging an hour?
We normally have a reduced rate. We have already sent over a proposal. I believe it's different rates for different attorneys, but the highest rate I think is close to $300 an hour.
That's very cheap. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mestre.
My partner tells me it's $350 that I'm mistaken.
That's the bean counter. I got it. All right. So my motion is to have. Please tell me if I pronounce this correctly. Gastesi, Lopez, Mestre, and Cobiella
Close enough.
represent us in this legal matter versus former Mayor Orlando Lopez. Is that legally sufficient, Mr. Attorney?
Yes, sir.
That is my motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Oh, before you move, and for all communications to come through.
Well, yes, for all communications to go through the mayor's office, because I would be recused. And obviously, the ordinance would take 2 readings to pass. So until then, it's still on the book. So yes, so
Could you waive the rules for right now?
Yeah.
I think you need to waive the rules on the other ordinances since it's not been taken out yet.
So, Mr. Attorney, tell me if legally sufficient I can do this. Motion to waive the rules pertaining to these legal proceedings. Legally sufficient?
Yes, sir.
All right. That is my motion. Do I have a second? Seconded by Commissioner Vallecillo. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, consider them waived.
Now you could go ahead and.
Now, I just want to make sure that you're going to be reporting to our mayor, and then the mayor will go ahead and inform us of any issues. He'll do it individually, or if he needs to come to a proceeding. So that is my motion on hiring Gestesi, Lopez, Maestre, and Cobella. I hope I said that correctly. Motion by Commissioner Yanyo, seconded by Commissioner Reynaldo Rey. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you very much.
So say you.
We're honored to be part of the Sweetwater family. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Commissioner's report. Any commissioner have a report? Before I do that, Mr. Attorney, thank you for your honesty.
Yes, sir.
Commissioner's report. Any commissioners have a report? No? I know we have a pizza party coming up at the summer camp that Commissioner Yanyo has been doing for many years. If you want to participate, we're going to be collecting money. If not, you're not allowed in the building. Participate for the pizza.
If you want to participate, bring the money.
You want to participate? Show us the cheddar.
Sir, you forgot ice cream also.
Ooh.
Yeah, this year we're going to add ice cream.
Ooh. All right. All right, no commissioner's report. Thank you, Mr. Yanyo. City clerk's report attached. Police report is attached. Building and zoning report attached. Code compliance report attached, along with the employee of the month. Public Works Department report attached. Alan's hiding back there. We're holding, Mr. Mayor.
I gotta look over. We have something that was brought to us, and I'm gonna give it to.
Sir, your microphone.
Okay. Still sound the same to me. Thank you. We have a motorcycle that was brought up that what I believe that was given to the police department to go ahead and test. It's the new electric bike that could be used within the police department. This is something that we need to accept, and we're going to go over it. I just got this. I don't know all the particulars, but it's to accept this motorcycle trial period. I'll make sure it's legally. I'll give it to our attorney to review and be able to test it in the police department for them. Is that correct, Deputy Chief?
Yes, sir. That is correct. Again, Noel Gill, Deputy Chief of Police. That is correct, sir. It is something that they want us to try out to see how we like it. You know, there are some benefits to perhaps trying out some new technology and see how it works out for the police department. So the company is called Rivet Motorcycles. They're trying to break into the local and county and state police departments. They currently do have them employed with the Department of Defense Police Department in different bases. But there are some benefits that we'd like to test out to see if maybe this is an option in the future.
I think this is the one, take a look at it, but this is the one that I've seen. It's on the other side, Commissioner.
Yeah, no, I'm just
Okay.
I'm in Treasure.
Yeah.
This is not the Lightning, right?
No, this is no. This is actually called the Anthem, which they have. It is a rather lightweight bike for an electric bike. It comes in right at about 300 pounds. So obviously it does give us some significant amount of maneuverability. So it's something that we want to exploit, especially when you're dealing in tight confinements such as parking lots and things of that nature.
No, because I was actually reading, I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor. I was actually reading about the new model of electric bike called the Lightning. I mean, it's actually really, really fast, 360 miles per hour.
Well, this one only
And the model
goes,
looks really like
this one on the top end goes
like
at
a
about
liability.
83. So this one goes
We
about
don't
83
need that.
miles an hour, so it's not that, right? So this is to basically, like I said before, utilize for special types of assignment and things like that. It's not really to replace the traditional gas-powered motorcycles because it only gives us about 70 miles to a charge. So obviously, as you can imagine, it's going to be rather difficult for police officers to take them to and from their house and use them in service. So it's for potential special operations.
I think that this type of bike is now going to be used by certain departments for especially when they have to do certain surveillances and quietly move around certain areas. And that's basically the premier situation for them.
Correct.
Some of the areas where there's very big shopping centers and so on, they're able to move around fast and they're very quietly and they're lightweight. But I want to have the ability to make sure that everything's correct with the financing and everything else that it brings into it that we're responsible for. And with that, I would like to have the ability, if I feel it's good and we could use it, to move forward on it from you guys. If not, I will let you know if I find something that was not correct on it.
Through the chair.
Yes, sir.
Is this going to be one?
So this is actually going to be two. They plan on delivering 4 of them, which are going to flex to another location nearby. But there's going to be 2 of them that will be coming to us. One that will be completely equipped with lights and sirens, so that we can also see what that kind of looks like and the utilization of it. So we plan on, our motormen plan on taking it on the track to see how it behaves on the track as well, and then drive it through, tight locations and things that you need perhaps a little bit more maneuverability than the average police motorcycle, which is nearly at 1,000 pounds.
Do we have to do any type of maintenance that the city has to pay for?
No, so that's part of the beauty of this is an electric motorcycle requires very little maintenance, of which for the test phase we are not responsible for anything, right? We're obviously responsible for potential liability for our negligence, which is written there. I did give it to our attorney to preview it. He made some changes to ensure that the best interest of the city is viewed, and the company agreed with them. So it's actually completely free of cost to us for this trial phase.
What's the cost of that motorcycle?
So the cost of the motorcycles for the police package is around $11,000, which is it's about 1/3 of what the regular motorcycles cost us.
11,000 with all the belts and whistles?
Yes, that's what the company is claiming right now. Somewhere at about 11,000. They're not totally 100% sure of the price. So I will say that the Anthem for regular commercial purchase is somewhere in the neighborhoods of about 7,500.
How long are we going to be using it? How long is going to be this pilot?
So right now, I believe we're looking at a 30-day, but they're actually willing to extend this as far as we need. We've already spoken to them about Operation Safe Holidays and, what a great benefit that would be to us. And so far, the company seems amenable to allowing us to utilize it to test it there as well.
And the final question,
Yes, sir.
we're not going to have a contract with this, no? This is just month to month?
There is.
So that contract is for the test phase for all intents and purposes, right? Again, no cost to the city. It just talks about liability from both ends, right? Their liability as far as any manufacturer potential errors or something that could cause a problem, and our liability from potential negligence of how we operate the motorcycle.
Now, this motorcycle, any officer, any motorcycle officer can ride on it? This is just a special...
So the company claims, obviously, within the law, I would have to, the state law actually speaks about CCs, which pertains to gas powered.
Right.
So I don't know how the law is going to eventually look at these motorcycles that are electric. But currently, to the best of my knowledge, it deals in 50 cc's or greater that you need the license. One of the things that they claim is that anybody can ride it because unlike regular gasoline-powered motorcycles, these motorcycles actually give you the ability to maneuver the seats up and down, which pretty much allows for almost any rider to ride it. So,
Thank you.
So this is why I asked you, because I want to review it. I saw it just now. So you had a chance to review it for legal sufficiency?
Yes, sir. I'd like to make 2 points. Number one, since Chief, am I correct in understanding that there is no initial cost to the city at this point?
there is no initial cost for the test phase.
So then, as there is no initial cost, this really isn't a procurement under the ordinance. So there's a lot more administrative authority under this arrangement because simply there really isn't any, and there are no pennies and dimes that the city commission has to count.
I just want to make sure we're not tied into anything or long
Right,
terms or anything or
Right.
any other
No,
purchases.
no, we're not.
I want to review it myself.
Yeah.
So
And-
that's why I'm asking them for
Yeah.
that ability and that
Right.
permission to move forward.
And then the other thing is I reviewed the contract that was provided to me by Commissioner Gill, by Chief Gill, and I made some rather significant modifications to it. And Chief Gill informed me that they accepted all the modifications I made. And the modifications obviously are to the city's benefit. For example, the contract is construed under Florida law, not California law. The venue for any lawsuit will be here in Dade County, not in Fresno, where I think they're located, and several other things as well. But they accepted everything.
I have a question, Ralph.
Sir.
I'm looking at the insurance liability in section B. It says customer certifies they have current motor vehicle liability insurance with at least the following coverages: bodily injury, 15,000 per person, 30,000 per accident, and 5,000 per property damage. Obviously, we have an umbrella policy, and it surpasses that. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. What I do have an issue with, you actually touched upon it, is section C, where it says complete agreement and acknowledgement, where it talks about the venue, but I would like to request a bench trial rather than a jury trial. Would you agree? If it comes to that.
Yeah, let me see what it says.
Customer agrees this agreement contains the complete, final, exclusive, integrated agreement between the parties with respect to its subject matter. This agreement supersedes all of the prior, that's not it, hold on a second. This agreement, here it is, item A, CA. This agreement and any and all disputes relating to this agreement, customers' use of motorcycle or customers' possession of motorcycle as defined above, is governed by the laws of the state of Florida. The parties agree that the venue for any civil action brought under or enforced this agreement shall lie exclusively in the state of Florida, state and federal courts located in Miami-Dade County. I would just add bench trial, and unfortunately, in my experience, you want to go bench trial. It's up to you. I mean,
No, I think that's a smart idea.
If you think it's valid. Yeah. The other issue that I found is item F on indemnification. We are agreeing to indemnify Rivet, but Rivet is not agreeing to indemnify us. Did you catch that?
What paragraph are you looking at?
Let's
F
see.
of section B.
F, yeah.
Yes, but the indemnification really applies to third parties. So this is a case where there's our negligent use of the motorcycle. There's a crash involved, and a third party is injured. They are, however, responsible for all negligence that's directly a result of their manufacturing or design defects. So it comes out as a wash at that point. If you want, I can put in some more specific language, but I think it comes out as a wash.
No, if you're comfortable with it, I just cut it. I know in my contracts I have mirroring indemnifications, but if you don't have an issue with it, hey, I think it's an interesting idea. Why not? Anybody else have anything to add on this? If not, anybody have a motion? I motion this item.
I
Is there a
second it.
Okay, Commissioner Saudi has motioned the item. Commissioner Daniel, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Again.
All right, congratulations.
Again, I
And
will
again,
look at it, and if I believe it's copacetic, I wasn't sure if he had reviewed everything, which is the attorney. And those questions you had, plus some of the other ones I just looked over, I'll go ahead and move on it as fast as possible. I just want to make sure we discuss it.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
Chief.
And again, on behalf of the chief of police and all of us, we really appreciate all your support. Thank you.
And I've already made the change, so I'm gonna email it right now to Chief Gill.
Great. Item I, finance report. Attached. Item J, community and elderly service report. Continue kicking ass. Attached. Item K, Parks and Recreation report. Attached. Keep up the good work, Sandra. Unfinished business. I haven't turned the page, it usually says good of the order. New business, good of the order. Adjournment. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Have a good night, folks.
Thank you, everybody.